Hey everybody, this is a video to help you with the technical part of like sorting your data randomly. We're going to be using Google Sheets in this video. I'll try hopefully later today to be able to make a video for you using Microsoft Excel. So we want to download the CSV file, so you can just click it. It should probably automatically download. I've already done that. I'm going to just type Google Sheets. You should probably have a Gmail account. You should make one for free if you don't already, just to make sure, because it automatically saves your work as you're working on it. So let's go to blank. Okay, we want to open the file, CSV file. It's on our hard drive. So once this finishes loading, holy cannolis, there we go. Okay, so click open. There's the CSV file right there, so let's double click. And it'll pull it right up as if it was meant for Google Sheets. So there's our data set. Okay, so the first step in the instructions is to put random numbers in the column next to precipitation. So if you click on a cell over there, then type equals rand, open and close the parentheses, although I don't know if you need to do that in Google Sheets, but it works. It automatically generates a random number for you. And you could click the suggest autofill if you want. In case you don't see that, you just want to click on the cell. Oh, and then click and drag that square that you saw in the bottom right corner. That needs to go to all these values. Because we got to take every number. You wouldn't want to just take the first 30 numbers because those are all related to each other. Remember, a big thing in statistics is that things are independent and identically distributed a lot of the time. So they're independent only if we sort them by random numbers. Otherwise, they depend on one another. Like today's weather here in Maine is going to be related to tomorrow's weather. Yesterday we had a really warm day, so today we're getting a windy day just because it was a big change in like pressure and all that meteorology stuff. Okay, so we click and drag, we got our random numbers. So the goal is to sort, and that's where are we here? This is 6. Yeah. We want to sort by column E because we're sorting based on random numbers. So it's basically saying pick numbers randomly. So if you right click or two finger click on a Mac on the column E, right on the top of the column, sort sheet A to Z, even though those aren't numbers. That means sort from like least to greatest, I think. Yeah. Okay, and now we've got our columns sorted based on those random numbers. So this is randomly chosen, this is a randomly chosen number. These are all randomly chosen because they're based on these random numbers. You'll notice that this column changes every time you do something new. That's okay, just sort it once and then you don't have to keep resorting it because the random numbers are programmed to automatically regenerate every time something new happens in your spreadsheet. So we sort it once. You could see right at the beginning that it's already sorted based on the lowest number, and then it regenerates a bunch of new random numbers. So that's okay. Don't worry about that. So click the top number in D1, and then you're going to want to hold Shift on your keyboard and then click 30 to select the first 30 numbers. You can right-click or two-finger click and then choose Copy, and then find an empty column and then click Paste. Okay? That's going to paste 30 numbers, and these are the 30 numbers you need in order to perform your analysis here. The A, the B, the C, the D, the things you have to turn into me. Okay, so that's all the technical stuff that was described up above. So now you got your 30 numbers. Now you can make a histogram. And by the way, you don't have to use Google Sheets. You don't have to use a certain spreadsheet software in order to make the histogram or the graphs. Okay. You can just use anything that you find online. So if you're trying to use Google Sheets, you're like, I don't know how to make a histogram. Well, just go to Google and then type histogram generator, and probably the first one that comes up is good. Let's check it out. Anything where we can copy and paste the data. Yeah, so I could just click the top cell, scroll down, hold Shift and click the bottom cell, and I can paste the data here and click generate. And there's our histogram. That's not a good histogram though, okay? You need to have a histogram that's got more than 3 bins. So change the number of classes to like 6 or 7. That way you can get a better idea. That's a better histogram. It's displaying reality, okay? And I call it a better histogram because it's got more than 3 bins. So make sure not to have just 3 bins. Okay, so you could right-click that, two-finger click it, and then choose copy, and then bring that over to your document. So the next technical part is getting the means. This one's actually a lot easier. You've already sorted your data set according to these random numbers. So all you have to do is click and drag, and then you could right click or two-finger click to copy. But on my keyboard, I'm going to hold Command and choose and then press C to copy it. Then I'm going to go over Google Sheets. I'm going to find an empty space, and then I'm going to right click and then paste special. It doesn't really matter here. No, you don't want to paste values only. You just want to click paste, okay? Because it's not the value. You're pasting a. Oh, what happened here? Copy. Here. Instead of right-clicking, I'm going to hold Command and press V. It's still doing the same thing. Shoot. So this works. The copy and paste method works for like Excel and stuff, but in Google Sheets, it looks like it's trying to put it all in one cell, which isn't good. It's trying to put them all in one cell. Here, maybe if we hold Shift, 20 numbers. Let's try paste now. No. Okay. So unfortunately, if you're using Google Sheets, it's going to take just a little bit longer. Just copy the first one, put it in here, hit Enter. Okay? Actually, it does it without even hitting Enter. Copy the second one, and then Command V or Control V if you're on a Windows computer. The third one, that stinks because on Excel and on Numbers, I think you can just copy and paste the whole thing all in one step. And on Google Sheets, it's trying to put it all in one cell. So I'll do it in this video to show you how fast it is. What these are, if you haven't read the instructions yet, look, it's adding up all the numbers. That's what sum does. Adds up all the numbers between D241 and D270. Actually, that's inclusive. Okay? Adds up all those randomly selected numbers and then divides by 30 because there's 30 numbers in between in that list. So it's calculating the mean again and again and again. And the point of the central limit theorem is that the mean is a normally distributed column of numbers if you have a large enough sample size. And so since we're dealing with precipitation, that might not be a large enough sample size because we saw with that first histogram, it's really skewed. It looks nothing like a normally distributed variable, the data set. But the mean will be normally distributed as long as you get enough means. Okay, so there's our column of numbers. You can hold Shift and select them. You can go back to that histogram generator or whatever generators you're using. Should be able to paste them. Yeah, paste them, and then you can start making your histograms. Just make sure don't use 3 bins, okay? Oh, what's wrong? Doesn't like me. 7 decimal places. So on some of these generators, you just got to cut out some of the decimal places. They're free, so we can't get mad at them for that. It's okay if you're off a little bit. Don't worry too much about rounding. Cutting it down to just 7 decimal places. I think that's 7. Does it like it now? There we go. There's our histogram. Okay, and it looks more bell-shaped, right? That's the idea of the central limit theorem. The mean is approximately normally distributed, even if your original data set is crazy. Okay, so I'll leave you to answer the rest of the questions. Let me know if you have trouble, and I can help you out. But that's how we sort the sheet.